Fernandez takes a touch. He starts to dribble in, surveys the middle of the field, thinks about it, quick touch, pause, feed across. Finds Noah Barbier in the middle of the box. He takes the shot and scores. Goal! Ajaccio! Pass goes up to Noah. Noah takes it down the sideline. Quick shot into Kinsambi. Kinsambi takes a touch, takes a look. Cross it to Jigla, gets ahead on it. Goalkeeper makes a stop but is unable to keep it out on the rebound. Jigla, goal! Thompson takes a touch, feeds it back out, comes back into Garcia. Garcia takes a look, gets it into Tulich and flex it over to Joko. Joko into Kamsun. Kamsun, oh my god, it shot in on Ripper. He's unable to control it and it caroms off his hands and into the goal. Kamsun has it. Passes it backward to Garcia. Garcia up to Teklish. Oh my god, Teklish under control. It gets taken away up to Hernandez. Hernandez takes a touch, freezes it past the goalkeeper. Goal! Ajaccio! Takes a couple touches. Feeds it over up to Kumsan. Kumsan gets the cross into Teklish. Up to Lamole. Oh my god, the second shot that caroms off of Rippert into the goal. He's having a horrible day back there. Teklish. Up to Kumsan. Kumsan takes a touch. Cross in. Teklish got ahead on it over to Joko. Back over to Garcia. Back to Njoko. Oh my god, he had Rippert bouncing around like a pinball. No idea what was going back there. Header down to Madu. Madu gets it over to Masadi. Masadi up to Noah Barbier. Takes a touch. Another touch. Cross in. Jid was there for his second goal of the game. Goal! Ajaccio! Ball rolls out to Hulu. Thinks about it. Passes it into Kinsambi, and Robbie gets ahead on it out to Jigla. Jigla gets the cross into Noah Barbier. Header over to Hernandez. Hernandez puts it in with a beautiful first touch. Goal! Ajaccio! Joko takes the corner kick. Oh my god! Kumsun with a beautiful header in for the goal. Ball comes out. The hoop is there. Passes it into Kinsambi. Is unable to control it. Mondu to Hernandez. Goal! Ajaccio! That's 6 on the day. Caen.
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 Caen. Welcome back, friends. I am Mellowseven, and this is Football Manager 2018. And hopefully, if I did all that right, it was a seamless introduction through 5 or 6 scenes on OBS without the need to post-edit. That's my plan. Today, my goal is to produce the entire stream on OBS without needing to come back afterwards into Premiere to make any changes. So we'll see if I've got audio levels right, if I did my scene transitions right, all of that great stuff. And of course, we've got a match today against SM Caen. As you saw me practicing, it just sounds unfinished to me. I have such a hard time with it. All right, let's see what you've missed. We were here for the match against the Salamander Le Argent. Le Havre, essentially. And we crushed them 4-1. We played great. And we see a little bit of what's to come. We see our offense play really well. And our defense, aside from Simon in this case, played fairly average. Rippert had a good match. And then we go on to Clermont Foot and we win 2-0. And in this one, everybody played pretty well, to be honest. You know, we weren't great. We brought in Noah. He was injured. I brought him in towards the end. Just trying to get a little something, get a little extra play time, but didn't really spark much. So he essentially our subs didn't provide much, but the rest of the team played fairly well. You can see Mason had a bad day, which is why I did bring in Barbier, who played even worse. We followed that up with RC Lens, and Hernandez played well, but you can see our defense was just absolute garbage. We had Kalulu and Naveau in. This is what we want to have for next season. These are supposed to be our starting right and left fullbacks, and it just did not go well. we went on to our cup match. We had the Cup de France, 11th round. We've made it as far as we only needed to make it to the 10th, so we were around farther. And we had Little Olympic Sporting Club, I think. And man, it wasn't terrible. I mean, it's a 2-3 game that they won in extra time. So, I mean, if you look at it that way, we performed admirably, right? We took on a good League One team, and we gave them everything they could handle. But again, you can see our offense was okay, and our defense was not spectacular. We brought in Kalulu as a sub, didn't manage to do anything. We brought in Kinsambi hoping to kind of shake some things loose. I went into this with just with an attacking midfielder and a striker formation rather than our two strikers. Not quite the 4-4-1-1 we were playing before, or the 4-1. No, I'm sorry. It was a 4-4-1-1 rather than a 4-1-4-1 that we tried before, and just didn't work. And what we were playing with was something that looked well. I'll show you what it kind of ended up looking like. This is kind of what it looked like at the end as we tried to get people in positions to do what we want. The idea was I was trying to get an extra midfielder in here to do something, anything. We know the 4-1-4-1 failed. So what I was hoping was if instead of running, two center midfielders and a defensive midfielder, if we could move one of those guys up to an attacking midfielder, we could get something to work. And it would let me bring in Jacquet, who I really like. He's 20 years old. We could play him. We could play Masudi up there as well. He likes to be up there as well. Masadi, excuse me. He also likes that. So it would give me a way to play somebody who needs more time and somebody else I'd like to cycle in and get some games as well. We tried both people up here. We tried both guys back here. You can see towards the end we were trying this. I was trying everything I could to get it to work. And we didn't play any better. And so you saw I put Kinsambi into that match. We went back to our standard, right? But I just couldn't get it. So we ended up essentially back with what we've been running. So we've gone back to just our standard. You can see I have Kinsambi and Hernandez in as our starters in this case. And so we're back to our 4-4-2 here. And we won. Don't get me wrong. You saw the highlights for this. It was a super exciting game. But again, you can see kind of Jigla on down here. We played spectacular. Our offense was very good, and our defense was very pedestrian. Not quite bad, but verging on it. And so it just seems to be a theme. We went on for the rivalry match. This is the home leg of that Ajaccio v Ajaccio series this season, and we won it pretty comfortably 4-1. But you can see two of those goals came, in the 90th minute and later. So not quite as dominant a game as the final score makes it look. Although again, you can see our offense was very good, 8-8, 9-1, 9-3. Our defense was good in this one, 7-1, 7-2, 7-4. Those are decent. But they were clearly a step down from what our offense was. And these numbers were up just because we were crushing an inferior team in this case, a team that just, I think, more or less they gave up. They didn't roll over, but you can see after the 4th minute, they didn't have a lot in them. So today we come back and we are going to play SM Caen because, well, they're in second place. And if we take a look, oh good, I was making sure the mic was unmuted. If we take a look, 1 point separates us, 2 in goal differentials all. I mean, this is as tight as it gets. 29 games in, and it's just, we're neck and neck. We cannot pull away. It's gone back and forth a little bit as we've gone through, but at the moment, we are in first by the skin of our teeth. Stade Bretois, who we played in that spectacular match there, that gave us a little bit of separation from them. Winning that game helped us a lot. So 6 points there, and we do have a pretty sizable goal differential lead on them as well. And then you can see Nancy is back into 4th place. They played pretty well despite selling, more money, more players. Despite getting more money for their sales than the rest of the league put together, they still managed to have a pretty solid team, and they sit there in 4th place, and then Strasbourg Alsace in 5th. So these are essentially your playoff or your promotion playoff teams right there. Clermont Foot right now is in the relegation playoff with Red Star and Marseille down in the straight relegation. So, yeah, let's go ahead. I don't think there's a whole lot more to talk about. It's been a couple days since I played hard Friday. But all day Saturday I was at a Future Farmers of America field day where they were doing various competitions. They had vegetable judging, something about I don't know exactly what goes into it, but pests and such, where they have to talk about pest control and that sort of things and various methods of it and identify pests. And then the bit that I was there for, which was the welding competition, the agricultural welding. So I was busy all day yesterday as a judge and supporter of our high schoolers. So today, Ajaccio and Caen. So let's. It just sounds weird to me, the more I hear her say it, it just without the it just sounds like we've just lost half the word, like it just fallen into the ocean off the cliffs of Normandy. You know what I'm saying? So no real changes here. Hernandez has been spectacular since we've. In fact, let's take a look real fast. Let's go reports, form, everything we could wish for. 2 goals, 3 goals, 1 goal, 1 goal, 2 goal, 1 goal. He had one game where he has not scored a goal. And he's got 4 assists on top of that and a hat trick. I mean, right now we have him as a Trey Carista. And I don't know if that is, he's clearly been a step above these last 2 matches. But, he played pretty well as a false 9 as well. So we'll continue with the Trey Carista here. But, yeah, he was worth every penny. Unfortunately, Kylian Neveu has not quite been what we were hoping for when we got him. And he hasn't been bad, but, there is a 6-1 in there, so there's a little bit of bad. Some 7-1s, 7-6, but, we're mid-6s here, and not high mid-6s, unfortunately. So, you can see there, there we go. Maximum was 7-6, minimum was 6-1. He's just been average. And who else do we have that we've been? And Kalulu's the other one that we haven't quite been getting out of. Well, granted, he's a youngster. I really hope for him to be the guy next season, not this season. But again, a 6'1" to 6'9" with an average of 6'5". So a step behind Neveu. But we're going to run Baptiste Mason in here today on the right. We're going to run Kylian Neveu on the left. He does prefer to be left. That's not really what I brought him in for this season. I'd rather have him on the right because we do have Antonio Ferrario who can play on the left and is pretty solid for the most part. You can see we've got Vasily Jacquet, Chauvin, Masadi, Kalulu, Ferrario, and Dominici on the bench. So let's go ahead and get into this one and see how it goes. Turn down my speakers a little bit now that I'm not trying to learn French. And into the dressing room. Prove a point today. We could lose our lead in the standings. A little bit of pressure on him. But nobody collapsed onto that, which was great. We do have Rippert in for big games. So we'll see how it goes. Those are pretty decent looking unis they got. I have to say, I like those. I am seriously considering doing a longer term Let's Play with SM Caen. I like the badge. I like the league for the most part. I need to go back in and check to see if I can fix or find an update for the league that fixes our transfer window issues, because that seems to be that first transfer window is not supposed to last 3/4 of the season. I don't believe, but I need to take a look and make sure I know exactly what's going on with that. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe they need to be somebody we try to. Oh my gosh. Hernandez isn't quite able to get that one and puts that one over the net. Anyway, I'm kind of thinking maybe I'd like to do kind of a longer term Let's Play with them. And they are on the ball now. Salah surveys the field, thinks about it, just feeds it back in nice and slow to Diakite maybe, who puts it wide right. Not a lot going on so far. 25 minutes down. We've had 4 shots. They've had 3. Nothing has been on target. Over half the shots have been long. They did just get on target there as I speak. They've had possession pretty strong, 64-36. And our passes have been absolutely terrible. I mean, that's the difference right now. Our passing is really bad. In fact, I'm going to go ahead. I mean, we have pass into space in an attempt to catch Hernandez charging in. That's the idea. But I think we'll take it off and we'll just try to hit early crosses and see if that maybe fixes that problem. Because I wonder if we're passing into space for, anybody. Anybody and everybody. It's like, hey, Gilbod, you're in the middle of them. Let me try to pass into space to you. Yeah, it's not working. So we'll back it off. Okay, we do have it. A little throw in for Navu here. Into Madu. Out to Gilbod. Gilbod takes a touch, thinks about it. Puts it back to Madu. Back to Gilbod. Little triangles up to Noah. Kinsambi in the middle. Can he take the shot? He doesn't take the shot, but Hernandez gets it. It rolls to his feet. Goal! Ajaccio! Beautiful. There's a fair amount of luck involved there. Let's be fair. Our planned offense failed, but let's see it again. Niveau up to Madu. Heads it down to Gilbod. Nice little passing here. Just a little back and forth as we probe. Gilbod up to Madu, tries to get it in. Kinsambi just doesn't take the shot, and Sanko comes in with that late tackle, pushes it away, but it just rolls to Hernandez's feet. And he's paying attention. He's awake back there. Imagine that. Puts it away. So this will not be his second goalless game. He has just been spectacular for us. Dendonker. Oh, over Diakite. Out to Do. Do takes a step. Pauses. Tries to feed the cross into Machado, who's waiting. One touch and in. Defense tried to get there. It wasn't terrible. I would have liked to have seen Rippert over a little bit closer to the near side. But, as those crosses come in, he could have to. There were so many people there. There's no way he knows exactly where that's going. He more or less has to stay closer. But I would have liked to have seen him closer to the post there. It actually kind of looks like he was in position and it went right through his torso. So maybe that's not his fault at all. Maybe that's just Football Manager deciding that he is a ghost today. The ghost of goalkeepers past. So 1-1, really even match going into halftime here. We've picked up a couple yellows, but so have they. Not too much going on. I'm not real happy with the way things have gone. I'm going to say I'm not happy. We're up a goal, but 6-4, 6-2, 6-4, 6-3, 6-4. Do we try taking out Matteo? He's fired up now. We have Dominici. Let's give him a little bit. Let's take it to 60 and see what happens. If Matteo doesn't start to turn things around, we'll put Dominici in. Maybe we put Ferrario back in as well. We see how it goes. That's my biggest disappointment is just our experiments at fullback have not been, despite looking like they're upgrades, they haven't been. Gilbod comes in with a late tackle. Madu manages to cover it, and we were on the control, but horrible pass up. Despite the fact we turned pass into space off, it looked like they were clearly making the attempt. Machado has that. He gets it back to Do. Do up to Dembele. Back to Do. Dribbles it up to the edge of the box. Takes the shot. Rippert gets a hand on it. Puts it over. They are gonna have a corner. SM Caen. I just need to figure out what their nickname is. That probably would fix. Then I don't have to worry about it anymore. All right. Barbier up to Hernandez. Oh, Balic comes in late. It's not late. It's a good, clear, hard tackle. All right, so not much going on. 50 minutes in. That's it. Simon's still not playing well. You can see he just dropped into a 6.3 as I said that. But you know what? He's coming out. Nouveau's coming out. Our defense has just been terrible. And Noah's been bad today too. You know what we could do? We could do a triple sub here. We could move Noah. We could move Baptiste up for Noah. And then slide Kalulu in back there at right. Yeah, it's so early to do that. I think we have to wait on that. But that's a possibility if we continue to see Noah struggle in this match. We'll see how it goes. I don't really have anybody for a great. Mason is the sub for him, and he's in the game, not playing spectaculars. Oh, they push it back. Kinsambi pounces though. Horrible pass back. Kajic just is way too casual about it, and Kinsambi pounces, puts it away. We're up 2-1. kind of undeserved, but you know what? Even matches, you have to take advantage of their team's mistakes. Mason gets the throw in, throws it right to Balich. There we go. Oh, that's right. I put the reverse on so we can see both sides of it. I just did that today. It was confusing me why we were on the other side of the field there all of a sudden. So if you're confused, that's why I clicked reverse camera for the replays. Jigla. We do have a sub for Jigla if he were playing badly, but other than that pass, he hasn't been horrible. We could always put Luke Chauvin in for him. Baptiste is my mid-left sub, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. He's a pretty decent sub for that. He just happens to be playing at right fullback. Free kick up. Hernandez gets it in. Gilbod takes a shot at it. That was a heck of a try. Little jump kick thingy-mabobby there. I'm sure there's a technical term for that. But if it isn't jump kick thingy-mabobby, it should be. And nothing. And Noah's been terrible. He's been absolutely terrible. So we are going to put in Baptiste there, and then we'll put in Kalulu back there, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I mean, he was just a 6-0 for somebody who is, probably going to set our player of the match record for the season, probably going to set our assists record for the season, just having an off day. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Even Pele had bad days. Not many. Probably not televised, but I'm sure it happened. Somebody will probably go back in the archives and point out how wrong I am, but Zakov feeds that one back. Rippert kicks it way up to Hernandez, who's unable to get the head on it. Caen maybe just manages to control. They put one way up there again. Rippert, I don't know what he was doing there, but at the end of the day, he was holding it. So I guess, man, a lot of yellows for them, or for us. A lot of yellows, period. But 4 for us, 2 for them. Kinsambi thinks about it, just decides to feed it back to Madu. It was horrible. Kamara was on it. He comes in, intercepts, gets it up to Machado. He is all alone. Feeds in Rippert. Spectacular save. He's diving more one direction, but he gets a hand out, pushes it wide. Joko Zakov manages to head that one back out, but Kamara manages to control. He takes it back down. Kalulu's there. Pauses, just decides to boot it up down along the side there. Hernandez is there. He holds it up, but Kamara's playing spectacular. What are they saying he's playing? I'm going to pause it here. They say a 6'8". Oh, man, it looks a whole lot better than a 6'8 to me. I'm going to throw in a concentrate there. I think Kamara, at least what we've seen on the highlights, has been very good for them today. Man, they've had their fullback troubles as well, it looks like. Kamara up to Balich. Back in towards the center. Dembele controls. Tries to kick it up to Kamara, but Dominici's there. He managed to intercept that, gets it back up to Kinsambi. Kinsambi holds it up, feeds it out to Mason. Mason decides just to boot it all the way up, but a little bit optimistic. Hernandez unable to run out on that. I wish he would have put the pressure, though, because Kajic did not look at all confident with that slide. And this, I'm hoping, is the end of the match. I don't know why Kajic's wasting time there. They are down a goal. And there's only about 10 seconds to play. But they have a shot here. They try to roll it through, but Zakov is there. Feeds it back to Rippert. Rippert is not quite as casual with his play of the back pass, but he wasn't exactly as energetic as I would have liked on that. Maybe he's just being calm, right? He's just not rattled, rolling through. And we get the win. I don't know that it's deserved. It looks like a pretty equal game except for possession. The difference was this right here, mistakes leading to goals. And it's a draw aside from that. So I think we take it. Well, you know what? I'm going to say a good win. We did win. It was a tough match. 2 good teams canceling each other out. Or something. I'm channeling my Loki today. But it leaves us on top, and it gives us a 4-point lead. We needed that win. It was super important for us. It doesn't matter if it was an ugly win. It's still a win. And we are up on SM Caen. Does it tell us what their nickname is on this page? They do have Zé Gomez, who we didn't see. Is he not on the team anymore? Is he out? Is he injured? No, he's still on the team. Why was he not playing? I don't understand. I don't understand why they don't have their top goal scorer playing. We did see Mads. He played really well. Players of the match, Mads Du, Samuelson, and Machado. Machado played well for him today as well. Well, I don't know. It seems a bit weird. He's a striker, but he can play out there. I don't know why. I'm going to scout him, though. I mean, why not, right? 25 years old. Let's scout Machado, too. 24 years old, youngster. You know, maybe we can steal some of these players. I don't really want either of those guys. But I do kind of... Let's look at, speaking of which, senior squad. Kamara. Where's Kamara? There he is. Oh, he's a loanee. And Copper sees somebody. She's also really excited about Kamara. So excited she needs to run outside to bark. I think we want to get a quick... Now, he's from Angers. Is that Scotland? No. Angers Sporting Club de la Quest. Okay, so French, Ligue 1. That shows you, you know, display some of my ignorance there of my French football and Scottish football for that matter. It just seems, you know, it was the SCO there at the top that threw me. League's best defenses was surprisingly undone. No, I don't think so. I think their defense was pretty solid. It was one mistake by the goalkeeper who just got a little bit lazy. That's the difference. Their defense, well, they blamed it on Balic, and that's probably why he had the 6.2. But I don't think it was his fault. I think it's the goalkeeper's fault on that one. So I'm going to say their defense was solid, that their goalkeeper made a mistake, and he paid for it. And that is that. So let's take a look real quick. We are now out of everything. Our cup runs are over. No more Coupe de France. No more Coupe de la Ligue. We are in first place in League 2, though. And 30 games down out of, what, 38? So we're closing in on the end of the season pretty quickly here. I might do one more. Let's see. Are these in anything? They're in 18th. They're in 15th. We already saw that they were in 19th. QRM is in 14th. 11th. I just don't see a whole lot going on there, guys. If we had somebody kind of top 5, you know, maybe we come back for the middle game. But, you know, Nancy's the only one, and they're the next to the last game. So potentially we come back for a Nancy and Marseille doubleheader. Maybe we look at that. And well, the problem is the last game of the season is always a long episode because you have to go through and, you know, you don't have to, but you go through and look at players of the year and you know, fan favorites and all that sort of stuff. Maybe we do it as 2. Maybe we come back for a quick episode versus Nancy since they are in 3rd place. It may still be very relevant when we get there. And then we finish the season with the 2nd episode with Consulat Marseille. How about that? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that aside from Copper getting excited there in the middle, that there's nothing else that went wrong with this one. And I'm not going to need Premiere. And that this will be our first kind of full test run for preparing for Twitch. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Cheers. Oh, one more thing. I can't forget. I gotta roll the closing now. No, that's not it. Oh my gosh, it's all gone horribly wrong. We've gone off the rails. Oh no.